Welcome to Monday morning motivation, your hour of power with the Queen. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in once again. I tell you, I look forward to coming on and sharing with you guys. If you have not taken the opportunity to grab you a copy of Shift, I want you to make sure that you grab you a copy. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. I tell you, I get joy every time I get an opportunity to come before you guys. If you are catching this live, I want you to take the opportunity to share this with someone in your circle of influence. You never know what the next person may be in need of. So if you would share this with somebody, just share it one time on one of your platforms. You never know who may grab a nugget and may be blessed by something that we are sharing on today. I tell you again, I am truly honored to be here. Y'all, we get another Monday. We get to start off another week together. We get an opportunity to pour into ourselves. Y'all, welcome. I'm telling you, I think we have the opportunity to get it right. We got the opportunity to do it again. We had an opportunity to impact lives. And we are still on shift until we get to the T. And if you have purchased the book, I tell you in the book to do it again, to do it again. Every week, you can do this challenge again for 7 more days. You can start over and you can do it again. It does not have to stop when that 7 days in. You can find you another 5 words for the word shift, because y'all see, as we get through with self-awareness, habits, intention, focus, transformation, we're going to move on to another shift. And we're going to be talking about some more things, and we're going to talk about that at the end of the show, because y'all, we're wrapping up, because we are on the F. So that means that next week we're going to finish up with the T. So when y'all come back the following week, which will be the last Monday of this month, y'all, I think it will be the last Monday. Let me get my calendar real quick. Again, thank you, Substack, for being on today. Thank you, for those that are tuning in via YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Thank you. So today is the 19th. So next week will be the 26th. That will be the last Monday in May. And then the first Monday in June, y'all, and it came right on time. We will be talking about 5 more letters. We will be talking about 5 more words to represent those 5 letters in shift. So we repeat the process, but we change some of the different things so that we can focus on something different. And we're talking about focus this week. We're talking about focus. But y'all, I want to do a recap what we have been doing over these last couple of these last couple. We had 1, 2, 3 these last 3 weeks. We want to do a recap for those that may have not had opportunity to tune in and to check us out. We want to give a recap of what we have been doing, what we have been engaging in over here on the platform. Of course, of course, of course. So let me just enlarging my screen so I can see. Because even though I got on glasses, sometimes I still can't see y'all. So, again, thank you guys for tuning in. We are breaking free of limited beliefs, and we are stepping into a more empowered inversion of ourselves. Um, there is a 7-day challenge that we talked about in the beginning. I think the very first day we came on, I came up with shift. God dropped it in my spirit, and it was self awareness, habits, intentions, focus, transformation, and I created a ebook, a paperback book, and a audio book. It is a 19-minute listen, and there's some activities that you can do. There's daily reflection. There's actionable exercises. There's journal prompts, and then there is a check-in to track your process. I give you like a 30-day outline that you can outline your own journal if you want to start a journaling, um, go even further and dig deeper into the shift. And you can how to repeat this cycle every 7 days. That it does not have to stop once the first 7 days is over. And I really just break it down into just the 7 days. I want to break down shift over the 7 days so that we can incorporate these things every day so that we can be it can be a part of our daily life and us shifting to the next level and evolving to the next level and the things that we're doing on a constant basis so that we don't stay stagnated and we don't stay stuck, y'all. That is the whole reason for creating the framework for shift. So day one, we focus on self-awareness, gaining clarity about where you are and where you truly want to be. Day two talks about habits, identifying and reshaping the patterns influencing your present reality. Day three, intention. Set clear, purposeful goals and learn to align your action with your highest version. So it's all about setting your goals. See, when you are intentional, you set your goals. You set and outline those things that you want to do, and then you do a to-do list. You do things that you know are going to help you reach that goal, and you do that every day. And that's how that's why I say you do this and you repeat this so that this become a part of you. It's not something that you got to plan and sit down and do. It's something that you do every day. So when we repeat something and we do it over and over and over, it becomes a habit. Remember, day two we talked about habits. So now that we're in day four, we're talking about focus. Master the art of eliminating distractions and channeling your attention. Y'all, we have to learn how to sit down and say, okay, I'm doing this today and this is what I'm doing. I'm not going to be over here doing this. I'm not going to be over here. Being intentional and focus go aligns, that go hand in hand. When you set your goals and you align your actions to those goals, being focused on those goals and aligning to those goals are going to be key. That is going to be key for you. When you focus, you eliminate distractions. So you learn how to say, okay, I got to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm not deviating from that. You do that, you finish it, and then you move on to the next thing. And then you do that step by step, every day until it becomes intentional. And it becomes a part of you. And it becomes a part of that you're doing. Day five, we talk about forgiveness and flexibility. Y'all, always gonna throw some spiritual up in there because we are spiritual beings and we operate in the spirit, and we know that I am a Christian and I believe that he left the Holy Spirit to comfort us, guide us, lead and direct us. So I need to reference him. I need to let him know that I need him, that I need his assistance, that I need him to do whatever it is that I need him to do, because he will only come in when we invite him in. He's just not gonna come and just take over and be bossy like some people do when we are in these different things. People just come over and they'll just get that takeover spirit and then they'll just jump in and they just take over. God is not like that. The Holy Spirit is not like that. You got to invite him in. And when you invite him in and let him know that it's okay for you to take over, then yeah. So this is the time when We learn to forgive ourselves so that we can forgive others. So we let go of baggage. We let go of things that have caused us to be stagnated, things that have caused us to get distracted, things that have caused us to get off track. That's when we let go of letdowns, disappointments, expectations of what other people think of us and how other people view us and what other people think we should be. That is when we embrace our power, the power of compassion, um, loving ourselves first, so that we are able to love those that are around us and those that we come in contact with. Because if we don't love ourselves, it's hard for us to give out that loving energy and to draw that loving energy. Because oftentimes, y'all, it's true. We wonder why we always draw certain people, but there's something in you that draws those people. So you have to look at yourself sometime and look at what it is that you're putting out there that is drawing that. And again, you got to embrace the power of compassion and think about, what how compassionate are you? Do you have empathy? Things of that nature. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself so that he can forgive you, so that you know it ain't for the other person. You know, it's for you. That the most important part of forgiveness is for you, and you forgiving yourself so that you can receive your own blessing. Transformation, day 6, moving continuously out of your comfort zone, and being bold and meaningful, taking those meaningful steps, taking bold steps, and truly stepping outside of that place of comfort. And that's where a lot of us, we sit there and we stay in that place because, um, go back to the conversation on yesterday on another podcast, and then conversation during our prayer call on yesterday. Fear, you know, and that is fake evidence that appears real. That's what one of those acronyms for fear is. You know, we believe that we are not successful. Why? Why do we believe that we can't be successful? A lot of us, we are afraid of succeeding because we've gotten to a place where, we fail so much, and if we've gotten comfortable with it, we've gotten in a comfort zone, and that's not where he wants us. He said we can have all things, and we can do all things through him. Nothing is impossible. If you've not checked out Coach Rachel L. Gary, y'all need to check her out. She is an empowerment coach. She does a lot of things where she talks about clarity. She talks about empowerment. She talks about ownership. And when she talks about ownership, it's you owning these things. You walking into and you understanding exactly what it is that who you are. And having a clarity, having a clear, write the vision and make it plain. That's how you get clarity. That's how you make things clear. You have to write the vision and make it plain. And when you write the vision and make it plain, then you have a blueprint. You have an outline. You have something that you can look at. You have something that you can be guided by. You know, a lot of people at the beginning of the year, they like to do vision boards. They like to do vision boxes, dream boxes, a lot of different ways that a lot of us like to vision how we want this year to go. I've had individuals tell me that they did a painting section. They actually painted their visions this year, and they just painted one thing that they wanted to come to pass in 2025, and they painted it on a canvas, and they are able to hang it on their walls, and they're able to see it every day. So as they visualize it, it begins to come to pass. Y'all, and these are things that I have tried. And I know that they work because when I did my vision board back in 2016 with the kids, I'm a part of the program we did in Anderson, South Carolina, the summer program with my partner Shakina Galloway at that time. We had about 30 kids, a diverse group of kids, and we had individuals that came in from all over, y'all. We had people that came in from Georgia, North Carolina, Texas. They came in from everywhere to pour into those babies that year. And that was, I was just really coming to social media. I think I had been on 2 years. I think I originally came on in 2017, but I was just coming to social media and I was just getting, um, just accumulated with what was going on and the different things that was happening, and just getting used to social media. I was given the opportunity to be a part of an anthology, y'all, and this is how all of this that y'all see me doing, this is how all of this started. And it all started because I was not afraid. I was willing to step outside of my comfort zone. And remind you, y'all, I was 2 years of just being shot. I had been in a domestic violence, had been shot point blank range with a sawed off shotgun. May 7th, 2014, I'll never forget it. It is something that constantly rings in my head, and I'm reminded of that. But it also is something that has pushed me, something that has made me get up off of my patoonie and do something. It has made me get up and say, well, if you don't be the change that you want to see, then you're not going to see the change. Oftentimes we want things to happen. We want to see results, and then we don't see the results that we think we should see, but yet we're not doing anything. We're sitting back in the background, and we're just believing that we're just going to align with the things that God has purposed for us. Y'all, so far from the truth. So far from the truth. We got to understand that, y'all, this journey is an experience. Things are going to happen. Learn from those experiences. Advance from those experiences. Some of us call them lessons. Get the lesson and move on. Don't allow it to lessen you from advancing. Because, y'all, it's all about what you get from that experience. What can you share with somebody else from that experience? You may you may have another Angela, you may have another Cheryl, you may have another Travita, you may have another Shaneria, you may have another Shanette, another Dr. Kimberly, another Pastor Stephanie. You may have another somebody that need to hear how you got through, how you overcame, how you got to the other side, how you didn't let that test for a moment take you out, but you allowed it to be a testimony, how you got to the other side and going through how you got through. Y'all, that's what this journey is about. So then day 7, when we get to day 7 on the shift book, it's about integration, reflecting, celebrating your progress, planning how to make this shift stick. Meaning, how are we going to make this a repeat? How are we going to make this something that is a part of our everyday? How are we going to make this come alive in us? We have to use nurturing wisdom. And y'all, we get that by meditating, spending time with the one that created us, by taking these lessons that we learn, these tests that we go through, and the lessons that we get from these tests, y'all, and applying them to our life, getting some clarity, allowing ourselves to heal, allowing ourselves to have a fresh start, knowing that it is never over. Regardless of what it seemed like to you, God is a God of second chances. And he would give us a chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. It's like we get a second chance every day. Every day that you wake up, every day that he extends his grace and his mercy. Yeah, that's another chance. You know, I stopped saying second chance and I just said another chance. He's a God of another chance. Because we get another chance, y'all. We got this day. This day that was not promised us. If you're tuning in, if you're hearing the replay, if you're just jumping on, know that you are right where you're supposed to be. You're right there where you're supposed to be. It may seem like you're not progressing. It may seem like you're not going forth. It may seem like you're not going any further and things are not moving as fast as you want them to do. But know that you're right where you're supposed to be. But what are you doing while you are there? It's a thing. See, a lot of us, because we feel like we're not where we're supposed to be, and we feel like we we're not doing the things that we're wanting to do, and all of those things, we allow ourselves to sometimes get set back. We allow ourselves to sometimes be shifted, and not shifted in the right way. We lose ourselves. We don't know who we are. We're not self-aware of who we are. We pick up bad habits instead of having those good habits. We pick up bad habits, and then we are not intentional about the things that we're doing. We are not focused. When we're supposed to be focused, we're not focused. We are distracted by all the things that does not matter, things that we don't even have control over most of the time. And it causes us to get unfocused. And it does not allow us to be in a place where he can transform us, where he can take us to the next level, where he can elevate us. That's how we stay off track. That's how we are not aligned. I'm telling you guys, understand, if you start your day by honoring him in yourself, investing time in yourself, being focused, trusting the process, you definitely will be able to shift. And that's what we're going to be talking about over the next um, month of shift. So we're going to be talking about starting fresh, um, how we have to start being intentional, because that was one of the words that we really talked about. We're going to also talk about honoring your journey, honoring the one that created you, as well as honoring yourself. You know, remember your challenges, the things that shaped you into who you are. What made you the stronger version of yourself? You may not be the strongest version yet, but if you look back, I can guarantee you that you are stronger than you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Because if you look back over your life and see the things that have happened, and look back 10 years ago and look at what had transpired in those last 10 years, and think if you would have been able to handle those things 10 years ago and where you have come from. He's definitely going to give you an opportunity to gain some clarity in this next step with honoring yourself, giving yourself credit for how far you have come. Then we're going to teach you how to invest in you. Yes, taking time every day, not just planning a day out of the week, but taking time every day. If you don't do nothing but take 30 minutes, 10 minutes, recommend an hour. But if you can't do an hour, if you're working, you're trying to incorporate it into your day, and that's when you have to incorporate excuse me, y'all. And you have to incorporate maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes. We want to make sure that you are incorporated and that you are having that time for yourself, because that is important. And we're going to talk about self-investment, how we can spend time reading, meditating, exercising, journaling, reflecting, and making us better. And focus on the process, focused on where we are, knowing that no, we're not perfect people, and that this journey is not perfect. This process is not perfect, that there's going to be bumps, there's going to be some small inconsistencies, but then those small consistent actions is what matters the most, and that will help you to gain some perfectness. Because if you're waiting for the perfect moment, it's never going to be a perfect moment. But you got to learn how to move forward, even if it takes baby steps. A lot of us want to take these huge steps and want to jump out there. And then when we get disappointed, we want to run and hide when it's okay. It's okay. Y'all, when we begin to trust the process, we can begin to transform. It may be slow, and it may be slower than what you're normal or what you're used to. But trust that with daily efforts, that big change is inevitable, that they're going to come. Because if you keep doing and repeating something and pouring something, if you keep speaking life, if you keep affirming over yourself, if you keep doing something, y'all, guess what? It's going to manifest. It's going to come to pass. Keep speaking life and watch what happens. If you continue to do a routine, it will become power. But how can you utilize that power of routine, of doing a daily routine? And if you want to do an hour of spending time with yourself, it can be early in the morning before everybody get up, before you got to start your day. If you got to get up an hour early just so that you can have that time to do you, to spend that hour with you. The first thing you should do every day when you wake up is to pause for 5 minutes. Breathe and center yourself. Then organize. Spend 10 minutes planning and prioritizing your tasks in your day. And then take a minute to write. 10 minutes. Journal for 10 minutes. You can journal gratitudes, intentions, affirmations, however you're felt led to do on that day. And then you got to energize. How do you energize? You got to get going. Only 20 minutes. Go walking. Do stretching. If you got to dance, whatever you got to do to be able to energize yourself. And then the last 15 minutes, you reflect and read. This is time when you spend meditating. Only 15 minutes to reflect on what you have read earlier, what you journaled earlier, what you're reading now. And that's how you gain your power. No, power's not going to come overnight. Power's not something that's just dropped, but we all possess it. Because why? We are overcomers. Because we are willing vessels. We educate, empower, and encourage others through our resilience. So, how do we restore that power? Thank you, Holy Ghost. How do we restore that power? That's how we restore the power. Every day we should be doing this so that we can release the power that's within us. Because, y'all, remember, if we are positioned, if we're overcoming, that means that we had to go through something. So we have something that we need to reflect on. We are willing vessels. That means that we're going to continue to be used. So we're going to need to do this every day so that we can reflect on the day before, the week before, the month before. You can never elevate and go to the next level if you can't remember where you came from and how you got there. In order for you to teach those coming behind you so that you can elevate to the next level. Y'all, everybody has somebody. You may not be a life coach. You might not be a motivational speaker. You may not be someone that has these different titles, but you have something. You have a brand. You have something that draws people to you, that draws them to your platform, that draws them to your page, that draws them to the things that you do. So if they're coming, then those are people that you are that are seeking something from you. So you're giving them something. So you want to make sure that as you're pouring out, as you're releasing, as you're giving, that you are refilling, that you're not allowing all that power that you are releasing to others to be extracted from you and not be filled up. So this is how you develop a power routine so that you can refill that power that you release to others on a day-to-day basis. Y'all, and this is spending time with you. You stand recharged, you stand energized, you stand connected and grounded in who you are. And remembering, how did you get here? Again, we pause the P in power. We organize the O in power. We write the W in power. We energize the E in power. Reflect the aura in flower. Pause. Take 5 minutes to breathe and center yourself. First thing you do when you get up, get your power back. Organize. Spend 10 minutes planning and prioritizing your tasks. Get your power back. Write. Journal your 10 minutes of gratitude, intentions, affirmations, things that you're going to do today. Speak it over yourself. Write it down. Write the vision and make it plain. That you've given, write it so that you can get it back. Energize. Once you've spent 10, 5, that's 25 minutes. Time is moving along. Now take those 20 minutes, that 25 minutes that you've spent already, add 20 minutes to it and energize. Spend exercising, getting your natural energy, y'all. Getting your natural power, because when you get your natural power, allow those hormones, those endorphins, those things that's in you that gives you that strength, that gives you that oomph to help you through the day, that gives you that energy to help you through the day. Y'all, allow that to come forth. How do you allow that to come forth? By energizing, by moving your body. Whether you're walking, stretching, dancing, whatever it is, you got to allow it to get moving. And I got to get back to walking. So I want some of y'all to come on this journey with me. Like, usually I go walking right after our 5 a.m. prayer. So around 6, 7 o'clock, I'm out walking. And then I'm back here to get on. And I'm going to get back to that. My sister got me a watch. I'm loving it because I had been having some issues with my blood pressure. Um, and I've just been praying, and I've been asking God to, just show me some things that can help me um, with my blood pressure. And I definitely been trying to watch what I eat, how many meals a day I eat, and just different things. I've been just trying to do some different things, some things that I've not done before, to see what I could do to better my blood pressure. Well, since I've been had this watch on, y'all, my blood pressure has been immaculate. It has been great. Praise God. He has definitely been keeping it in control. Um, Everything has just been great, and I'm just thankful my sister thought enough for me to send me this watch, to help me to be able to track the things that I'm doing and to stay on track. So y'all, that's another thing, being intentional. you know she heard that I wanted something, needed something, and she did not hesitate. She sent it. um the R in reflect. in power, y'all. It's reflect and read. That is the last 15 minutes. Again, we have spent the whole hour. That that is the whole 60 minutes. So you got 35, 45, 55, 60 minutes of spending time with yourself, reclaiming your power, understanding that you give out, you have to replenish and give back. And that is for all of the coaches, all of those that motivational speaker, all of those that constantly pour into others, even our spiritual leaders that are constantly pouring into others. We got to take that time to spend with ourselves. You may not be able to spend an hour every day, but I encourage you, if you can, spend an hour every day. If you can't spend an hour every day, then break it down over a 5 day period and spend some time utilizing each one of these steps. If you take Monday and say, okay, today I'm going to pause. You can pause for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however long you want to pause. Pause and breathe and center yourself and meditate and think about that you want to do this week. If it's what you're going to be doing for a weekly breakdown, think about what you're going to be doing for this week. And then Tuesday is the day that you really get organized. You spend your time organizing your rest of your week out. And then when you started organizing your week out, then of course you're going to go from Tuesday to Monday. So you're going to want to organize you're going to want to start with Wednesday because you're going to want to start with the next day. You're going to want to organize from Wednesday to Monday. You always going to want to cover. You're always going to want to cover every day that you are not in. So you want to make sure Monday's covered. So I'm going to cover next week's schedule. I had to make sure Monday and Tuesday's covered in that so I can make sure that I'm planning those times. Y'all, we have to do that. So again, um, I really, truly, truly hope you guys have been blessed by something that I shared on today. We talked about power. We talked about shift. We talked about being intentional. We talked about self awareness, habits, intentional focus, and transformation. And we talked about how we can discover these things, transform by being meaningful, how to embrace forgiveness. And we just poured out a little bit of a lot of different things that we've talked about over the last 4 weeks. This was the week that we were supposed to get focused. So now that we're focused, next week we will close out with transformation. And then June, we will be ready to start off with a new 5 words for that word shift. So be prepared. If you have not purchased the book, go ahead and purchase the book. It is something that can be reusable. It is a 19-minute listen. If you want to get it on Audible, it is a 19-minute listen. You also have it in paperback. It is 26 pages. Also have space where you can journal. So definitely want you guys to make sure that you are grabbing some of these resources. So now we are at the end of the show, and I want to share with you guys some things that as a visionary of a couple of platforms in the movement, I want to share with you guys some things that we are yet doing here over on the Crew Podcast and Aspiring Authors Magazine. We are the sponsors for the 100 Author Movement, who is also the international who's of Black and Brown creative literary creatives and literary powerhouses around the world. Y'all, that can get your tongue tied. I'm telling you, you got to be careful when you saying that. The international who's in Black and Brown creative and literary powerhouses around the world. Y'all, that's a lot. And I tell you, it speaks volumes for the individuals that are attached to it. Inactive members. Y'all, there's exactly 49 individuals attached to this movement so far. I want to encourage those authors. If you are not attached to the 100 author movement, Get attached to the 100 Authors to Watch movement. It is an opportunity that you can connect with other like minded individuals like yourself. There's right now 49 individuals attached to the movement. Some are active, some are inactive. And when I say inactive, we do challenges, we do different things within our chat group. Those that do not participate, those that do not engage in those activities, are marked inactive because they're not actively involved in the things that we are doing. They may be active on social media. They may be active in their own rights, but they're not active in the things that we're engaging in within the group. So they're marked inactive, but they're still a part of and invited to all of the things that we do. So you can join, and you can choose to be a active member or a inactive member. Um, the benefits of being a active member is you get the perks. You get the features. You get the awards, nominations. Because when people drop stuff in my inbox, when they come in my messenger, when they come in my email and tell me that, hey, I have this opportunity. Would you like to be a part of this? Then of course, y'all, I'm bringing it right over there to the group, and I'm about to tell them, hey, I got this invite to be a part of this. Would you like to do this? Would you like to do that? Everything that I feel like could benefit an author, a part of this movement. That's what we bring inside of that chat. Also, we do challenges to kind of promote unity, to promote camaraderie, to promote each other's brand, to share each other's things that we have going on and different things that we do. So you have the opportunity to be actively involved in that, or you can be an active member and just say, hey, I'm part of it. When we have the events, if you want to include me in the events, let me know about that. Some people just sign up, just want the flyers, just want the video, just want the blog feature. And then the main event is going to be in December the 6th, where all of these amazing authors are going to be able to come together in one space, in San Antonio, Texas. We're going to be hosting a Verses and Vibes gala. It's going to be a day party. We're going to be holding it during the daytime, between 12 and 5. But it's going to be an opportunity where you can get up, dressed up, and come out and enjoy an amazing brunch and enjoy an amazing time where you can connect with all of these amazing creatives. We're going to have the Poet of the Year there, for the magazine. We're going to have some different things, some different individuals from San Antonio is going to be a part of it. We're just going to have a lot of surprises. We're going to have some entertainment. We're going to give out some awards. We're going to do a lot of amazing things during that time. And this is an opportunity. If you are someone that is active within the movement, you have an opportunity to be featured in the Who's International magazine. You have an opportunity to get featured inside of that magazine. I'm not finna tell you that our magazine is in 100 countries, it's in front of 1 million viewers, because no, it is not, but it is in front of those that need to see it. It is available. Now, if they want to grab it, if you want to promote it, you want people to know that it's there, it is available, because it is available through MadCloud. It is available through Amazon. It is available through Blurb. Um, Sometimes we have individuals that support the magazine from the UK, from the Netherlands, from different places. This I know, but I'm not going to say that you're going to be seen by all of these different people and that your magazine is going to be in these different airports and all of this different stuff, because no, it's not. I will also show you how you can do a press release, how you can do your own press release, how you can be featured on Fox, how you can be featured on these various different platforms. I know how to do them just as well. It's not something that I promote, because it's not something that I do on a constant basis, because y'all, doing press releases and doing these things could be costly. If you do not have a budget for that, it can be costly. And if you're not doing it on a constant basis, then sometimes it can not be worth the investment. And I'm just being truthful. And that's along this journey, that's what I said I was going to do. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not just trying to do something for money. I'm just not trying to be out here trying to promise you something that I know I can't deliver, because that's not who I am. I'm going to show you, what has worked for me, things that have helped me along the way. Maybe that's why I don't have 13, 14, 15, 20,000 followers, because, I will not lie. I will not try to take your money. I will not tell you something that is not true. I only can tell you what has worked for me. I can tell you what has not worked for me if you want to know what has not worked for me, so that you don't have to go down that road. I can do that. But I cannot do something that I have not been privy to. So know that when you come through this platform, you're getting an experience. You're getting something that I've experienced, something that I've been through. And that's what I'm doing. He's given us these opportunities to do those things, and that is what we are doing. We are being the change that we desire to see, and we are leaving them through our creative side, whether it be through podcasting, whether it be through magazines, whether it be through books, whether it be through doing plays, monologues, however we're able to be creative in our various spaces. He's given us the opportunity. I thank him for dropping in my spirit the who's of Black and Brown creative and literary world, powerhouses in the literary world, because we definitely have some powerhouses over here, part of the 100 author movement. They are definitely doing their things in their own rights, and I am definitely proud of them. So if you are not attached, I can say it over and over and can't say it enough. If you are not attached to the 100 author movement, get attached, get attached, get attached, get attached. We have some powerful individuals that are, we're dropping nuggets inside of the chats. We are helping each other. We are being creative. We are doing collaborative projects. We are doing different things. Dr. Carolyn put together a collaborative project with um plenty, I think maybe 20 amazing queens inside of the group. Dr. Chin is working on a project. Hopefully we can get some of those authors attached to that. I definitely want to be a part of whatever project she does. So I definitely will be a part of whatever it is that she is doing. So know that if you see her posting something, know that I'm going to be a part of it. So I suggest you be a part of it too. Y'all just getting an opportunity to share um, your perspective, your writing styles, a different side of you that other people may not see often. Um, just another opportunity, y'all. We have to take advantage of these opportunities. We have to take advantage of these things. Don't allow life to continually happen around you. Okay? Love a little more. Be inspiring to somebody while you being intentional. Always move in the fear of God, because he have not given you the spirit of fear, but through all things. Through him, all things are possible. All things. He didn't say some things. He said all things are possible. So I am possible, as Coach Rachel would say, I am possible. You take those things that look impossible and you turn them into possible. I'm telling you, if you've not checked her out on her platform, go over and check out Coach Rachel L. Gary. Y'all, we're going to be in the building supporting her on June the 15th in Chicago. I'm going to be on her podcast on Wednesday. So I'm going to be sharing some information today. So I want you guys to make sure that you are tuning in, that you tune in to her podcast, that you check her out, because I guarantee you, y'all, she gonna drop some nuggets. She always do every time I come across her. She's always dropping those nuggets. Again, I want to thank everybody that tuned in. If you are an author, you're looking for a family, you're looking for a family of support. Y'all, we are supporting each other. We are sharing resources. We're sharing ideas. We are sharing our books. We are sharing things that will help us elevate and go to the next level. We're sharing whatever it is. So if that's what you're looking for a support system. Some people that, have good intentions. They don't come with an agenda. Then we are the 100 Author Movement. We are that space. So definitely reach out to me, see how you can get connected, see how you can get involved. We have a Ignite the Fire group, where we post about our books. We do challenges when we do different things to engage. So if you're just looking for some engagement, come on to that group and connect with some of those authors, and help them push their stuff, help them push their books, because every week, every day, every chance we get, we're trying to do a challenge, we're trying to stay visible. We are going to be doing a 21-day challenge starting June the 1st, y'all. June 1st through 21st. We're doing a 21-day challenge. Please go over. If you're on my page, scroll down somewhere and find out about the 21-day challenge. I'm going to post it inside of the comments here. So if you come back to the comments later on, it will be posted in the comment section so you guys can catch hold to the 21-day challenge. Y'all, it's in depth. But I'm telling you, it is going to help you to take your mindset to the next level, as well as you take yourself to the next level and the things that you're doing. God give you an opportunity to really think about some things and to really do some things different, because it's that change, it's that transformation, it's going to the next level, us willing to move from where we were to get to that next level. We got to have that willingness. We got to have that faith, and we got to trust the process. So, y'all, thank you for tuning in to Our Power with the Queen forever. If you would like to be my co-host, if you would like to come on and drop some of these nuggets, drop some of these tips, drop some of this stuff alongside of me, by all means, reach out to me, and definitely we will set up something where we can get you in the studio with me, get you sharing um for the people. Y'all know I'm all about the people. So definitely, I love y'all, and thank you again for tuning in on today. Substack, thank you. YouTube, thank you. Twitch, thank you. Facebook, thank you for allowing me the platform to be able to go live. Again, y'all, today, 6 p.m., I will be interviewing um, Sunshine Pace, who is one of the amazing authors, a part of the 100 Author Movement. You're going to get an opportunity to be up close and personal with her, get an opportunity to find out what she's doing, what she has done, how did she get here, and why she chose to be a part of the 100 Author Movement, y'all. Why? Why the 100 Author Movement? Out of all movements, why the 100 Author Movement? Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be getting her perspectives on a couple of things. We're going to get some insight and some, heads up on what she has coming up for the rest of 2025. So, y'all, I encourage you to tune in at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because, yes, she is on the West Coast, y'all. Our West Coast connections, y'all. We are definitely garnering some connections from the West Coast. I'm grateful. We have Simone, we have Shanette, we have quite a few West Coast authors, collaborative creatives out there doing their thing. So definitely tune in at 6 p.m., y'all. Until then, I thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always, I have to thank you guys for tuning in, and I always want to send you off with a hand clap because y'all, I appreciate y'all. Y'all could be anywhere, but guess what? Y'all choose to stop by here and spend a little time with little old me, this little old country girl from Levelland, South Carolina, that one day decided that she had something that she needed to share. And God opened the door to allow me the opportunity to be on a podcast. Not only be on a podcast, but to start my own podcast network and allow at least 11 other people the opportunity to share their voices around the world, to be heard and to be seen. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And I thank you guys for pressing your way and being a part of what I do. So I'll see y'all next week.